Welcome to the Coaches Show. That's Taylor Jacobsen, the women's head basketball coach here at Missouri Baptist. And Taylor, it's been a minute since we talked, about a month. You guys now 5-12 on the year, 4-7 in the Heart of America Conference. Talk a little bit about where we're at as a team right now, because we haven't spoken in a while. So
I think we are trying to get to a place that we feel like we can kind of finish games, and really it's just ending our games better. And I think that we've grown in that way and kind of had our highs and lows this whole season. So right now I think it's just important that we kind of find our stride and make sure that, as we're nearing the end, I should say, that we're kind of starting to peak and hit those points where we can capitalize and get some wins.
Yeah, it's that part of the season that you really, as a coach, you want your team to kind of be hitting its stride and gelling, And there are signs that you guys are doing that. You have lost 4 in a row, but a couple of those games, you guys are right there. Losing to Peru State by 5, you lost coming off a loss to William Penn by 4, a game that you guys led in the fourth quarter. So it's encouraging and maybe discouraging at the same time that you guys are so close and just can't quite get over the hump in some of those games.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the part that we just have to continue to grow at. There's nothing you can really do but try to get better and try to learn from the things that we're doing or not doing. And I think that is only going to help us in the long run. And so I think these next couple of games, thank God we have really good leaders on our team and girls who just don't quit. And I think no matter what the circumstances for our team, they're going to show up every single day. And so I couldn't ask for a better group that will just continue to go no matter what our season looks like record wise. They just continue to fight. So we are in good hands.
Yeah, I want to have you maybe talk about a couple of your players, and in particular, I think Abby Williams is really coming on. The last game, I didn't know she could hit the 3. She can apparently hit the 3. She hit a couple shots, and I was like, I didn't even know that was part of her game. So a double in the last game, and I looked, and I think she scored in double figures like 9 out of the last 13 games. Her game is really coming on.
Yeah, she's definitely finding her personal stride right now, which is only helping our team. And as we go along and try to get better, other teams are getting better. And so that competition is getting harder. And so it is really helpful that, she's starting to pick up in that offensive side of things and kind of help out, Riley and help out some of our other girls who have kind of been doing that from the start. And I think, Abby didn't play much last year. So I don't think people knew what to expect. Or she's just a hard nose. I mean, she's going to go for everything she can offensively and defensively. And her really being able to help us on the offensive end is relieve some pressure down low. And so we kind of saw that the last game, and just trying to find other pieces too that can help with that.
Sure. And you mentioned Riley Jansen. She's kind of been the rock for you guys as far as scoring this year, has led throughout the entire year in scoring, and she just works, she doesn't stop working, and that's really what, that's what her game is really about. No slight against her. She's more physicality than finesse, really.
Oh, 100%. She just shows up every day ready to go, and you never have to doubt what you're going to get out of her. She's going to give you literally blood, sweat, and tears out there. So that's nice. And honestly, those two, speaking of those two, they just have really grown into these leaders for our team, and really, like you had mentioned, just kind of become the core of our team and consistently giving that effort and leading these girls. And so, like I said, we are in good hands having those two lead us right now.
And you guys seem to finally maybe be hitting a part of the season that you're a little bit healthier than you have been. You got some girls coming back, and that we saw, Rebecca Fraley actually got some minutes on Saturday. She's been battling injury most of the year. She comes back, had a couple of absences the game against Penn, but just talk about the health of the team and how you guys are hopefully getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah, I think, that's so important. And the nice thing is, not nice thing that we haven't been healthy, but nice thing is that we're used to having to kind of fill spots that we're not comfortable doing, just because we've kind of been in that injury or sickness or whatever throughout the whole year. So people have been playing positions they're not used to, which at this point is nice because we have people playing out of position, but playing those positions comfortably. And then having people come back that can kind of help out will be nice. I think our team is just really looking like for consistency, and that helps us as coaches just like, with subbing and where we can put our best foot forward, and try to have, more of our strengths in there. And if we need scoring, we need to grab this girl. If we need defense, we need to grab this girl. Just trying to find those things and having more consistency in that will be good.
And usually when you talk about a team is really deep, you're talking about a really successful team that just comes at you in waves, obviously the record probably not what you want it to be at this point, but you have 10 players that average more than 13 minutes a game. And I did notice it. I think at William Penn, in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, I was like, she's already 10 deep, like you, and that's a strength of this team. You guys may not be successful, but you just keep coming at them and wear them down because you do have depth.
Yeah. And that
even if they are sometimes playing out of position,
right,
like you said, but they're willing to go out there and do it.
Exactly. And like we're definitely lucky to have that. I think like the style of play that we play with the pressing and constant movement, like it is tiring. So we've always said like we need to have bodies. You got to be ready to go. I also just think that, it's good for us to have that depth. And we've known from the beginning there's no superstar on this team, and it's going to be a total team effort. From the girls sitting on the bench to the girls on the floor, and not 5 people are going to do it for us. So, there's been games that we've won and it's been our bench. And so we're grateful for that. And I think just growing our bench and getting more consistent in our bench is going to be key for us as well, because those have been the games that we play the best.
Right. 9 games left, I think I counted, other than, win them all. What's really the goal, as you kind of enter the final, let's say the final third of your season?
Yeah.
Barring a miraculous run in the postseason, you guys got 9-10 games left, maybe a couple more. Where are you at right now as far as where you want to be and what your goal is for the next 9 games?
Yeah, my goal is their goal, and their goal is to make the playoffs. And so I think right now, like our thought is just like, every game, we just have to bounce back from whatever happens. So yes, we're disappointed about William Penn and we're disappointed about the last 4 losses, but I think like in our head, it's like on to the next, and we can't think about it. We can only grow from it and learn from it. And I know that like we have girls on this team who will do anything to get us to the playoffs. And so I'm very confident that we're going to put our best foot forward. And truly like the goal is just that we get better and that we leave here like we did the best that we could. We gave the best effort. And for me, I'm just going to coach them up the best that I can and show up every single day for these girls, because they do that for me every single day.
So. And it is still in reach. I mean, you guys are in 10th place. I think maybe a game and a half out of the 8th spot. Top 8 will make the Heart of America. So it's going to take some work. I know you guys don't shy away from work at all, but, it's possible that you guys could get back up into that top 8 and make the Heart of America. Yeah. This week, no midweek game. How's that affect you? You don't have an opportunity maybe Wednesday to get the 4 losses if you're thinking about it. Hopefully you're not, but get the 4 losses out of your mind.
Yeah.
But then you also, on the flip side, you get extra time to prepare.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, I think more positive than negative. I mean, I think that right now we're kind of in a good place where I gave them yesterday off just to take that mental and physical break. Because it's a long season. It's tedious. I mean, we've been going the whole entire year and we've been playing a lot of games. So I think that was much needed. And right now we're just really looking forward to how we can prepare for the next game. But more than that, like, honestly, we're just looking at how we can improve ourselves, because it doesn't matter what game plan we have if we are not doing what we're supposed to do. And so I think one of our goals is just like to start having teams play our game and not always having to adjust for other teams, even though we'll happily do that to get a win. I think it's, key that we just start bettering ourselves, and that, finishing those layups, finishing our free throws, doing the things that we know we need to do. And that's going to help us in the long run. So just kind of focusing on our skill set and just mentally getting in a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's one player that you have, I'm going to call her out here for a second, that is not happy that you don't have a midweek game, and that's Jenna, because commits a couple fouls, doesn't get to play Saturday. Ran into her in the hallway yesterday. She's like, "Coach canceled practice." She's like, "I still don't get on the court," type thing. So it's interesting. I felt bad for Jenna. Obviously no intent with what happened, but a couple of flagrant fouls or whatever, had to sit out the game. But I felt bad for her. She's like, and then she cancels practice. I don't even get to go out there Monday, but. Pretty funny. Coming up Saturday, park, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
What are we gonna see? What are you looking for? What are they gonna do? What are you gonna try to do? Type stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, I think we're just gonna basically right now our focus is ourselves. Um, we're gonna play our game. We're gonna play the defense that we play. We're gonna press. We're gonna be better in our transition defense. We're gonna push the ball. We are going to try to force Park into playing our game. And I think that, our team really does know like the importance of this game, the importance of the rest of the season. And so I would expect that we're coming out ready to go on our home floor. We're excited. We're going to have like a little alumni event that day. So I think just like showing up for the people that built this and have been a part of this however long ago, between the last 5 to 10 years, and like showing up for them, playing for something bigger than ourselves. And I think that our team will show up for that and do just great. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for our team. Like we definitely are wanting this, and also these girls deserve it. They have been amazing and great attitudes and just continue to push forward. So
Awesome.
I'm excited for it.
Thanks a lot. That's Taylor Jacobsen. She's the women's head basketball coach here at Missouri Baptist. You've been watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.